In this video, we are going to see headers, footers, and also we will see how we can protect our document. Now, first thing is headers and footers. These headers, footers are the sections which is in the margin of above your document and bottom of your document. The top part of your the document margin is the section where we have header information, and the bottom part, the bottom margin part of the document, where we can have a footer information. Now what is header and footer? It is just an additional information in your document which you can add, like you can add page numbers, you can add dates, you can add author names, and even you can add footnotes also. That will help you to organize and keep your document readable, more readable. Now whatever the text, whatever the information we add in the header or the footer, it will appear each page in your document. If you have 10 pages in your document, so it will appear in the each page of that document, whatever the information you add here in the header, whether you are adding the dates, author names, or page number, or any other information. Now, for example, if I want to add any information in the header, so first I have to unlock this. By default, it will always be locked. So if you want to unlock the header information, the header section, then you double click on that. So double click on the margin of the header on the top of the document, or either we can double click on the bottom of the document. Top of the document will enable the header and bottom of the document will enable the footer information. So if I want to enable the header and footer information, so I go to my document and this is the top margin, and you can go to the bottom margin also. So whether you click on here or you can click on the top margin. I want to click here. I will click here. I double click here. Now as you see here, when I double click here, it is enabled here option to add my header information. It is indicating that this is header and here is the line, this is the boundary for my header information. Also when you go down, you can see that there is a footer information part also, and when you double click on this margin, top or bottom margin, this design tab appears, and now you can edit the information here in this header information. So as soon as you double click here, this design tab appears. Now you can add any information in your header, or even you can add information in your footer also. So whatever you want to type, whatever information you want, you can just type there, and then after finishing, when you have done with that, then just go to the design tab and click here to close the header and footer, or even you can press escape key. So when it is enabled, you can type what you want. And when you are done, you can close it from here. In the design tab, you have option to close header or footer, or either you can press escape key from your keyboard. Now you can see the header is now there in our document, and that information is great. Why? Because it is now look like it's in a background, and when you check in your document, it will appear every page in your document. You can see it is appeared here also. If I go down, it is appearing here also. If I go down more, I can see it is appearing on all the pages, including my first page. Then it will be there. Now Word has some variety of preset headers and footer also, that which we can use. That means it has already some predefined preset headers and footers, which has some designs and layout which we can use to add in our document. So for example, if you want to add some preset header or footer, then we can go to the insert tab where you have this header and footer group. Now from that group we can click on header if you want to add header, and if you want to add footer then you will click on footer. Now when you click on that, it will open the drop down like this, where you can see some preset header or footer design. Now whatever you want, you can just select what you like, and then that style of header or footer will appear in your document. Now just like here in the image I have added document title like this. So it's a placeholder where you can add your information here. So after this you can double click here and then add whatever you want to add, and then again close it from here from the design tab, or even you can press escape key to close it, and once you close it then it will be there in your header. So if I want to use some predefined header, so again I will enable this and then I can edit this. But if I want to use some predefined, then what, I'll go to insert tab, and from here I have in this header and footer group where I can choose header or footer. I'll go with header. If I click the drop down, now I can see this predefined options here. So we have some more options here. We can choose any of this. Whatever we like. And even we can go for the more header option from Office, Microsoft Office.com. Now it has some header, but I think it is only having 2. So we can use any of these what we like. So for example, I choose this one. Now you see, once I choose this one, the previous header which I had it there, it was removed. Why? Because when we add the header here, it will remove the previous all information. Now you have it, and this is what the placeholder where you can add your information like document title. So if I want to add, so I click here in the inside this, and then I remove the existing default text, and then I add what I want to add. Now remember, this is what the placeholder, and this placeholder has here the information that this is what a title. Now title means it can be updated by your title of document. So if your document consists of some title, then what, it will automatically take that information from there and it will add it in your document that this is your title. So my document does not have any title, so I am adding it manually. And then after finishing the addition, you just click anywhere else, it is done, or you close it from here, or even you can press escape. Let me press escape, and then you will see that preset header with that title. Now this is what a title placeholder, and that placeholder, that means if I have any title in my document, that placeholder will do automatically update that from that title of my document. Now if I don't want this, I want that title, that header title, this one, I want it to be static, not change, then I can remove this placeholder and make it as a static text. So if I want like this, then I right click here and then I will remove this content control option. So it will become a normal text instead of the title placeholder. And then Once you remove it, this will not delete this one, the text, it only remove the placeholder. So if I don't want this placeholder like this, so I enable that header, then I right click here and then I will say remove the content control. Now if I close this, you can see the header, the information is still there, only it is not dynamic now. Now it is what the static text. Now when you add the header and footer, you will see this design tab. Now from this design tab, you can change and configure your different aspects of the header and footer. For example, here I have option 2 in my document. I have option like my first page is my cover page. Now cover page means I have a cover page that which has a design, which has images, title and all that. Now I don't want that header should appear on the first page. It is not showing good design. It is ruining my design. It is not comfortable. The design is not looking good. So what I can do, I can remove it from this first page. And that option also we have in this design tab. So in design tab, we can hide the first page header and footer. So for that, from the design tab options, we can click on this checkbox. Now what it will do, it will hide the header or footer from the first page. But remember, it will not remove actually. What option is saying? The option is saying different first page. That means the header and footer what we have in the whole document in the rest of the pages, we don't need to be having on that first page. So we can have a different kind of header and footer in that first page. That means this option allows us to have a different header or footer in first page. Either you have it or not, it depends on us. So if I have a different kind of design on first page, my cover page, so I don't want to have the header or footer in the first page. So I can click this, I say I want a different header and footer on first page, and even I can add it like a design, or even I don't like it to add. So it will go like this. It will go like it is hide from the header and footer in the first page. Otherwise you can just remove the header and footer. Remove it from completely and remove it from the all pages. So if you want to remove it, then just finally just go to the design tab here in the header and footer option. You want to remove header, click on here where you can choose the different preset design. You can go down, you have option to remove. Or if you want to remove the footer, then click there and same option, you have presets, and then you can have a option to remove also. So once you select it, it will remove it. So if I don't want to have this, let's say I double click to enable the section, I go here in the design tab, I see this option different first page. So it is appearing in my first page and it is also appearing on all the pages. So if I don't want, if it is my cover page, so I can click here and you can see it is not available now. It is saying this is your first page header, and it could be a different header we can have. And in the second pages and the other pages we have normal header. So we can remove it. It is just not like removing, it is just having a different header. So if you don't want, if you want it into the first page also, keep it there. And one more thing, if you just want to remove it completely, then you can go here in the header and footer section, header footer group. This is for the header, to select presets or remove it, and now you have removed it and it will not appear in anywhere in your document, or even for the footer also. So if you want, then you can have different preset for footer, and also you can remove it if you have already configured it. Then from that design tab you have option to add numbers in your page also, which help you to add the different the numbers automatically in your pages. So if you want to have numbers in your pages, then also you can add it from here. Top of the page, that means at the header, bottom of the page, that means at the footer, and even you can have on the margin also. So we can have a different numbers, the page numbers also in headers and footers. Then we have other additional options just in this insert tab, insert group, where we can add dates, we can add document information like author, name, last name, whatever, title of the document. We can have other quick parts, even we can add the pictures from your local machine, or even you can add the picture from your online source. So this insert group allows you to add these multiple information in your document. So if you want to add some information from that, for example, I want to add the date. So sometime you want to add the date or time, but what you want, sometime you want to have a date when it was not when it was created. That means you want to have a date when it was created. And sometime you may have a you may want the date which is the date of printed. That means suppose this is my book, so I want to have a date here when I was created the book. I have written the book, so the date will never change. So it will always show you the date which was the date of creation. But suppose there is one letter and I always print those letter daily or after day after two, and I want to send them to someone, and I want to have the date that is updated. That means whenever I do printing, I need updated date. Or sometime you have multiple copies of document which you are printing, so you want to have a date for the today date. That means the exact date when you print it. So you can compare multiple documents, like this document is printed on this date, this document is printed on that date. So if you want to have like this, then you can have a date which automatically updates. That means we can put a date which can automatically update. That means whenever we open the document, it will update the date and it will show you the date of current day. And if you don't add the update automatically option, then the date will remain same for a long time or every time. That means it will remain the date which was created. So if you want to add the date on something, then what, we'll go to our document. We have already the title, so I click on this to enable it, and from the insert tab I have a date. We have option to add this document info, author, file name, path, document title, or we can have an option for quick part also, or we have option to add pictures also. So we can add some icons and logos here also. We can get it from online also. Now I want to add date or time. So first place your insertion point, your cursor, where you want to add the date. So I will put here where I want to add the date, and then I will go here in the design tab. From the insert group, I click on date and time. Now what, it opens this dialog box. So in this dialog box you can select what you want to have. That means it is showing you the formats of date and time which you can choose from. So suppose you want to choose this one, you want to have a dates like this. So whatever you want, you select the format. And then one more thing is here, it is called automatic update. So if you want the date which updates automatically, you just check this box. And if suppose you want the date that should not change every time you open the document, then you click on, then you will not check this box. So after whatever you want, you select it and then press OK, and then the date will appear in your header. So in my case, I want this type of date, and also I want to update automatically, and then I press OK. Now you can see the date is there, and it will be appeared. It will always update whenever I open the document. So after doing all, we can close it. And now we have title and date, and the date will always update. Suppose if I open the document tomorrow, it will show me tomorrow's date. Now the next thing is page number. Now page number can be used automatically to number the each page in your document. So this page number usually placed in what, header or footer, or even in the side margin, that means left or right margin of your document. It depends on the type of the dates, the layout of the date you select. Now when you need number same pages differently, so Word we can do what, we can restart the numbering also. That means after if my document has different sections, so after one section I want to start the numbering of the page from the first page, from the other section, so I can restart the numbering also. Now if you add the page numbers in your document, if you add it into header, so it will remove the existing header information. If you add it in the footer, so it will remove the existing footer information, and it will only show you the dates, page numbers. Now see how we can add it. So for adding the page number, we'll go to insert tab, and from there we can select this page number from the header and footer group. So I'll go here in insert tab, and here I have option here in page number in header and footer. Now in this also I can choose header or footer, which is predefined, preset, but this time I want to add the page number. So I select the page number here, and I have option to top, bottom, margin or current position. So whether you want to add it on the top means in the header, bottom means in the footer, page margin means in the side left or right side margin, and current position, that means wherever your cursor is, wherever your insertion point is, it will add the date on that position. So I select top, so it will appear here, but it will remove the existing header. That means suppose this is my header is already there. Now I go to insert page number, I select top, and these are the formats of date we have multiple options here to choose from. So whether you want whatever the type of date you want, you can select this. And if you go for bottom, so also same, you have at bottom, that means footer. If you go for margin, then it will, you can see left margin, right margin, left bottom, right bottom, you can choose from. I will go for top, and I am going for this side. So when I click here, now you see what happens here. I close this. Now see the header which I had previously, it has removed. Now I have only this page number. So if you add this page number from this insert tab, that means you're adding only the page number, you're not adding the header or footer. So it will remove the existing header and footer, and it will add only the page number. But suppose I want both, I want header and footer also, and also I want page number. So in that case, we double click on that header information margin and unlock it, and then what, we'll go to the design tab. That means I need this and page number also. So when I open this, and in the design tab also I have option to add page number. Now in this case I will select this current position. If I select this one, you see in this side my header is already there. So if I select this, my header will remove. So what I will do, I will select current position, and for that I will place my cursor, my insertion point where I want to have a date, a page number. So I put it here, my insertion point, then I will go to page numbers, and then top, and then I want to have a page number like this. I have selected top. So you should not select top or bottom, you select what? Current position. And from current position you can choose. So I will choose this one. And then you can see my page number has also appeared. And also I have already my header and footer, and also now I have the page number. Then you can press escape to get out from this header and footer. And that page number will be added, and then it will be added here with the header, so it will appear in all your document. That means in all your document. That means page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5. In every page you will see the page number. Now again, in that case, I don't want to have it on the first page if it is my cover page, and I don't like to have this header for information or footer or this page number on the first page. Then again the option is there here in the design tab. I just click on this, and then it will do what? It will remove my header information from first page, or even a footer information from the first page, and then I can use some other informations. So I can remove it if I don't want it to have in the first page. Then if my document has multiple sections, so what I can do, I want to start new numbers from new section. So I can do what? I can restart the numbering also. So it will begin from 1 again, or even I can start it from any other number also. Now for that, first you have to go to the page where you want to start from the beginning, and then put your insertion point at the beginning of the page. Beginning of the page, that means the beginning of your text. Like here I put here. And then here we'll put the section break. In the previous video we have seen breaks where we have page break, section break, column break. So here I will put what? Section break. Section break divides the document into other section. Now other section, that means I can now reformat that section again. So when I click here, then I will go to this layout tab again and go to the breaks and select the next page from this section break. Next page, that means I am dividing the page from the last page to this page. The cursor, where my cursor is, my insertion point is here at the beginning. So this is 27, so 26 will be other page, that the section break will be ended on this 26, and from 27 the new section will start. Now after dividing the page, the document into two sections, then what? You can go for the header and footer again, and then go to this page number section, page number command, and then select this format page number. So when you select this, open this, it will open this dialog box. Now if it is by default, if it is this one, that means continue from the previous section. So whether we have divided into section, but still it will continue the numbering. So I want to restart from here, so I will select start at, and then I can give whatever the number I want. Suppose I want to get 1, so I will give 1 and it will start from 1. Whether I can start from other numbers also, and then what? It will be start again from this page. So just like here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 25, 26, and this is 27. Now I want to start from 1 here. So what I am doing here, I will divide it into section. I click, I put my insertion point at the beginning of the page, then I go to the layout tab, breaks, and I say section break for next page. Now it is divided into two sections. Remember, the section is divided here. If you want to see that, by default it does not show, go to home and press this show hide command, and here you can see we have divided this section break here. Next page. Now if you see the number is still continuing because default is what, continue. So I'll go to again header and the design tab and this page number, and I will select format page number, and then I will select this. It is saying continue from previous section. I select start from 1. I can select other numbers, but I want to start it from 1, and then I will click OK. And now you can see it is starting from 1. That means after page number 26, now it is starting from 1 again. Then I can close this header and footer. Now if you want to protect your document, that means if anyone has an access for your document, then it can do what? It can open, it can copy, it can edit. Now if you want to protect this thing, then Word offers you several options for protecting your document. One of them is what? This mark as final. Mark as final, and then you have encrypt password also, and you have other options also. Now mark as final is like, it is not like just protecting your document. It just do what? It will not stop anyone to edit. Remember, it will not stop anyone to edit, but it will just discourage others to not edit this, to not do anything in this file. So when you mark as final, then it will consider this file as final. So if anyone opens the document, it will see the window, it will give the message there in the status bar. It says that this is marked as final and you should not edit this one. And it will not show any editing tools, editing commands in the document. But remember, it will not stop to edit. But it is also a good option to protect. So when you click it, it will show this. You say okay, you have to save it. You just say press OK. Then again it will show you this window. It says that this version has been marked as final. So other typing commands will not be available. It will turn off. And you will see in the status bar, it will display the status about this document. So when you press OK, then it will show you here, like it says marked as final, and an author has marked this document as final to discourage editing, but it gives you this option and it says edit anyway. So if anyone try to edit, if anyone wants to edit, then it will click here and then it can start editing. So it is not foolproof, and it is not like preventing someone to edit. It is just informing someone that you should not edit. But if you want to really protect, then you can use other options like the restrict access option. So if I make this document final, so I go here, file tab, backstage view. In the info tab, I have this option to protect. Now when I click this, it opens this drop down, and from here we have multiple options. If I select this mark as final and OK, now it is what it says, it is protected. But you go here, it is now these tools are disabled. If you see, we can't use these tools, these commands, but still it is giving me option to edit anyway, and now I can edit. So it is just not like your foolproof option for protecting. So for protecting your document, you have other options in this info and protect. You have option to encrypt with password. You can put the password in your document. You can restrict editing, you can restrict access, you can also restrict by having a digital signature that is edited by the certificate, or you can use this RMS server, rights management server, to block the content and allow some particular user and not allow some particular users to access this. For these settings we need servers for that, or certificate, but right now we don't have. So I can use this one to protect. I can add password. I click it, it says write the password, but caution is that if you forgot the password, nobody can recover and it cannot be recovered. So it is advisable that you should remember the password. I say ABC, make it easy so that I will remember. Retype ABC and OK. Now it is protected. That means if someone try to open this document, then what? If suppose someone wants to open the document, it asks the password. If you give wrong password 1 2 3, it will not open. Incorrect. So you have to give correct password. So when you give right password ABC, it will open. But if you forgot the password, you cannot recover. So this is what we have in this video, and this is the topic for protecting your document and having a headers and footers. Even we can add the page numbers also. So friends, this is we have in this video. I hope you like it. Now we'll meet in the next video with another topics. So till then, have a good day. Thank you for joining.